badly overheating. I wouldn't just noticed it.
No worries, man. I understand.
Zone.
Have a good whatever time it is where you are.
It's 7:15 in the morning. So it's about two good reasons to log off. My wife's going to kill me. My computer's about to blow up.
7:15 in the morning, and it's Wednesday or Thursday morning for you.
Yeah, Wednesday morning.
Oh, it's Wednesday morning?
Yeah.
I was going to say, Jesus, I hope I didn't miss a whole day.
I'm usually on this for at least 8 hours. Right, I'm sorry, people, but I'm really going to have to shoot.
Okay, ma'am.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Actually, it should be good day. Excuse me. I probably don't. So, Bracken.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you? You're at Earth Space Dock right now, right?
I'll log back on. I logged off. I'll log back on. But yeah, that's where I'll be.
Because you're also okay. No, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll switch to mine because mine is Pav. His fleet is pretty progressed. So I'll show you that. I'm pretty sure it's all the same. But I know at least on this one what I will do. Oh, good. I'm right here. Oh well, a little bit away. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got more science reports, engineering report, military report, espionage report, medical report, and trade report. That is 525 fleet marks. Woot, woot.
So what else are fleet marks used in? I know you use them for upgrading ships, and there were some things in the fleet thing. Does that it, or?
No, you give fleet marks are the best thing for you to donate to your fleet or any fleet because it gives you the most per capita, the best bang for your buck. Every one fleet mark, you get 50 fleet credits. With the fleet credits, you can buy fleet ship, fleet gear, which will be either, like in certain cases, it'll be a combination of fleet credits and the lithium. And for ships, it'll be, fleet credits and...
Don't you need ship modules for them as well?
Kit modules. So the kit modules are basically about 700 Zen each. Or you could buy them on the exchange, and they are there
tens of millions
for 19 million, 18 million, roughly around there. EC.
Yeah. So I've got like 1 million.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's it's not that hard to get, believe you me. Okay. So. Yeah. No. I know, but I'm trying not like. I know that, but I want to encourage them to think that, you're going to get to a point where you're going to be making millions. You'll like Rhett last night, he spent 85 million and got a ship off the exchange. one of the lockbox ships. And yeah, he just had to go through. He just had to do a little bit of maneuvering in game, and you'll get there. You will get there. Like right now, it seems a daunting task, but there are so many ways to make EC and make it quick in game. It's how you play your game. So what is your character handle?
That is a good question. How do I find that out?
What's your name?
Vraken or Dulka.
Okay, well, which
Kyranos
tune
or Fian, I don't know.
Okay, which tune are you on? And are you on the one in Phoenix?
Tune?
Which character avatar? We call the avatars your character. Like my character is Pavlaki, that's in Temporal Knights, but we call them tunes. It's just a game, like a cartoon. Like Chris has a tune. Actually,
Whatever
Chris,
you named your character, pretty much.
yeah. What is your character's name?
I think it's down as Kyranos. I've got that on the side.
Oh,
so,
Kyranos at Bracken. Gotcha. Hold on. I can see you. I can find you in game. I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay. Okay, so Man. Is that ANOS?
Yep.
Hold on. Let me do this. Get my friend invite?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. Then really quick. So I'm going to invite you to an almost maxed out fleet holding, okay? And I'll give you a quick how much time do you have right now?
I can be on as long as I want.
Okay. Well, this might take an hour.
Cool.
Okay. Listen, Christopher Bose, when I first invited him, I explained all of this shit to Christopher, and he was just like, Pav, you're amazing. I didn't understand this before, and you just made it so clear. So don't think and also don't find the way that I'm doing this condescending or whatever. It's just there's so much to share and so much to do that you're not going to remember everything, but
Yep.
you'll probably recall it, or because you're understanding it here. Did you get your fleet invite? Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Yep.
So here is, have you been to the fleet starbase?
No.
Okay, so this is our fleet starbase. This is in the beta quadrant. It's sort of, it's sort of right beneath Sol, but towards the bottom of the map. Okay, so the number one thing to think of when you're coming here is you can do lots of things in game, but this gives you the availability of doing things in your fleet, and you're able to lots of other things open up for you. Okay, so for instance, I'm not gonna, like, there are so many subcategories to explain to you in these things that you're gonna have, it'll have to happen another day. That's the bank and the emails on the opposite side. This is the officer of the watch. Okay, there are 3 in the fleet holding. Okay, and they will give you a mini mission. You can do it once every 24 hours. It'll give you 20 fleet mark. They take about a minute, but don't accept it now. Come back. Whatever I'm going to show you right now, some will have lots, like there'll be stores. So I just want to show you where they are, and then you can look at it. But I mean, we won't have enough time for you to decipher everything in that particular store or whatnot. So keep that in mind as well. Okay?
Cool.
So over here is all concerning your duty officer stuff. So all of your duty officer assignments, this is where you come to file your commendation reports. And that's how you can make some super duper fleet marks with using that whole duty officer assignment system. Okay? Now over here, you can buy with fleet credits duty officers, or you can buy from the personnel officer here. if you look here, you can submit. You can do most of these things on Earth Space Dock, right over here, on Earth Space Dock. But the commissioned duty officers, that's you can only do that here. Okay, so you can buy one fleet very rare duty officer for 20,000. Okay, not a bad deal. 20,000 fleet credits. So that's one thing that you can actually. I'm in my wrong outfit. I should be in my admiral outfit when I'm hosting and showing you around.
Fair enough.
Okay, so now, have you done anything in your duty officer stuff?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
a few of them up to level 1.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, so you know how you do it. Do you know how to go onto your bridge of your ship and speak with your duty officers there?
No, I didn't even know you could do that.
Okay, so I will show you that after this, but what I'm going to say to you is what you can do here at the Starbase and on most of the fleet holdings, you can do on Earth Space Dock, but what you can do here, you can do a hell of a lot more. Everything is here at your convenience. So, for instance, to interact with your counselor, she's here. Okay? And this one needs to be unlocked. That's a tier 5 unlock. Okay? Then over here you have your bartender. They also have duty officer assignment. Okay? And you can do duty officer assignments there. The chef is over here. And I'm friends with the DJ, so I'm just going to signal her. Isn't she cool?
She looks very strange.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just to let you know that you can do your duty officer assignments here, but they will be different than the duty officer assignments that you receive in your ship and the duty officer assignments that you will receive in different parts of space. And you do realize when you change sectors and you go into different parts, you get different duty officer assignments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So down here is the main Starbase stores. There's a few other things I'm just not going to show to you because it's just immaterial. So here you can get your fleet supplies officer. Here's the tailor. You can buy your fleet uniform here. Here's where you can get some, these are cool. If you go into the store here, you can buy things like Fleet Mark bonus pools for 15,000. So every time you get Fleet Marks, you can make yourself some more Fleet Mark or whatever. You can buy boosts in here and stuff like that. Okay, so that those can all buff your character in various ways. You just have to come here and investigate what's offered and then or ask questions. Here's your fleet ground supplies officer. This is just one of them, okay? So follow me. Pardon me? Oh yeah, sure. Are you on Sandra? No, Christopher. I'm on TK. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. I'll just invite you because you don't have to fly then. There you go. That way you don't have to fly. Yeah. Well, it's just inflating another character. It doesn't matter. There's Christopher. Hey, buddy. So, okay, so follow me and we will go to down bottom right corner. We'll go to engineering. Oh, I don't know if... Okay, you went to engineering in your own fleet, I think. Yeah, I thought that would happen. Okay. No, because the map will just take him to his own fleet. Well, yeah. Hold on. Okay, so Yeah. Bracken, can you put an X for Christopher in Armada chat? And he
How do
will...
I get to Armada chat?
Okay. Do you have your chat box open?
Yep.
Okay. So right click in the box where you go to script type, and then you just change it to whatever, local, fleet, whatever.
Ah, okay.
You go into Armada there, and then just put X. Yeah. But when you're doing that, I just want to instill this for you. Because you're Xing for us specifically and we're doing something, it might confuse other people in the Armada. So, because that's how we call for different PVEs that we run. So in that case, you'd have to go X for Christopher.
Ah, okay.
So did you invite him to the team? Yeah, but he won't come to engineering though. He'll come. I think he'll come up. I think he'll go. Okay, so did you invite him? Okay, so then we invite Care. No. Here. Bracken. Invite. Get that invite?
Yep.
Okay, so you're 917. Yeah, you're downstairs. And I think it's going to be the same thing. Ops? Okay, did you find me? Find us over here? Are you in ops?
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you? Yeah, there you are. Okay, so now you're on our team. That might keep you with us. So again, we'll go into the turbo lift and go in up to engineering, or down to engineering, or whichever it is. See if you come up now. No, see, you're going to revert to your own. So what you could do...
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you yeah, okay, so what will...
Oh, I'm in Phoenix.
Yeah, hold on. Let's just... Okay. Yeah, there'll be some... Here, where are you? Okay. So why don't you leave Fleet? But you'll have to go to... You're going to be invited back to Phoenix Nights again. Okay? Because wolves will kill me. Okay, do you know how to leave Fleet?
Nope.
Okay, so open up your Fleet window. And then in roster, right at the bottom to the right is leave Fleet.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. Right. Fleet. And there you go. Okay, so now follow me. Stupid that they do this. But I suppose they only want you to go to the... So engineering. Okay, so everything that you could do at Earth Space Dock, you can do here virtually. So here is where you can customize your ship or your bridge.
Yep.
Over here, you can get a Tellarite personnel officer. Up here in the corner is repair your ship. So you can repair all of your ships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Over here is your quartermaster or operations officer. Okay. Again, they will have duty officer assignments that might be the same on your ship, or they might be different. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then over here, we have the engineering officer, and that's about it for engineering. I mean, there's lots more. One of the duty officer, the officer of the watches, will tell you that some staff member lost their pad or their PADD, right? And you'll find it like somewhere like this.
Okay.
Okay, like it's really dumb sort of thing. You have to find it, and then, or you'll have to do. He'll say that you have to do something, and it tells you that you have to change the atmospheric conditions, and this is the console that you use. There's silly little things like that. So next will be, hey Gurch.
Hey mate. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Sorry, Guzman. So we'll go to science now.
Yeah, good mate.
Okay, so this way first, right? And in here, we have your bridge officer trainer. So the same guy that you would go to under Quinn's office to buy your bridge, your training manuals, you can buy those here.
What's a training manual?
Well, that's how you train your bridge officers to do other things, right? Again, there's not really much else in here. It's just all, you know, fluff and whatever. But I'll get into that for you. Yeah, I'm just trying to show you this, and then we can. Okay, so there's your Vulcan personnel officer, and here's your science officer. And again, they will have, you know, different duty. Well, you can get personnel from her, and then you get duty officers from this person. Duty officer assignments. So back over here. Then in. Oh, sorry, wrong way. We want to go this way. Then in here, we have the medical officer, and then over here, she's always standing. She never sits. She will treat you, so she can repair yours and your bridge officer's injuries. But that only happens if you're playing at an advanced level. When you're playing at normal level, you don't get injuries. Same with your ship. But once you play at an advanced, So that's it for science. Then we will go to tactical. That's the last one. Okay, so in here, yeah, it's only the one place where we can go is right here. So over here specifically, up here is the Andorian personnel officer. So you can come up here and you can get, and you can do that duty officer and get an extra Andorian personnel, like that, whatever it is, a 20-hour thing. I think, are you able to do that here? Is it? Yeah. The cultural is saying, yeah. If you could do that, you'll get a free, it'll be just a white duty officer after 20 hours. So over here is the tactical officer, I think. Yes.
Oops. I don't see them lagging out.
Over here.
All right, there we go.
So again, it'll be duty officers from your tactical officer there. And then down here is where you can actually select your ship and ship and shuttle requisitions. Same thing as at the shipyard at Earth Space Dock. Okay. Then over here, there's one more guy, and he is the security officer. But on all Federation ships, you're going to have a ready room like this. This will be exactly what you see on your ship in here, okay? And on your ship, this console, the one I'm standing by right here, that's a console that you can use to contact your duty officers directly. So if you're in sector space and you're traveling around the universe, right, the different quadrants, if you go and visit your duty officers while you're in that sector, then you will get a full list of all of your duty officers from here. So you're going to get your diplomacy, you'll get your chef, you'll get your bartender. All of those guys will be in there. And then you have your library computer, which is here. And by the way, if you're already on the Delta Arc, you had to have gone to your ship because there's a couple of missions where you literally have to go to ship's bridge to finish the mission. You have to use the this is the library computer, and you have to use that computer in order to decipher information that you got from one of the missions.
I haven't done any of that then. I've only done the first two, the mind meld one and.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking way before, like way before. Okay, so we'll go back to ops and we'll go to the transporter, and we'll, because this has all arrived, we'll transport. So we're going to opt and we'll transport to the research lab.
Hey, Pev.
Hey.
They should update the Clayon's bridge quarters to where there's like 2 Clayons arm wrestling.
Okay, so talk to the officer, and then you want to transwarp to Weather Fleet Holdings. Click on that, and then we're going to transwarp to the research lab.
Cool.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you here is probably the #1 thing you want to do. Okay, so here, when you get here, you want to contact traffic control and beam to interior. So this is the fleet's research lab. Okay, this is where you come to get resources, i.e. Duty officers. You can also do some duty officer assignments here and some research assignments here that can further your character. And there are lots of things that can only be unlocked from being part of a fleet. And I'm going to show you this. You won't forget this. Okay. So if you follow me in here, this is the main room. So in here, you have your bank, your mail, and your exchange. So you can access all of those. Plus there's, where is it? Okay. This is probably one of the most important consoles that you'll want. I purchase everything in there, right? But this is where you get your extra slots for your traits and your R&D, your last R&D project slot.
Okay.
So that's where you buy them from, okay? And you want those unlocked, because if you have a 5th trait slot that you can apply to your character, that means that trait is going to be enhancing your character. So you're going to be stronger or more resilient, or
yeah, like currently I've got like the personal ground and space traits, but I don't have any of the
you'll get them. You'll get them because it's par for the whole game. So that's pretty much this situation. Now I'm going to show you two people right here. I don't want you to do the missions because you need to set them up first. Okay, so this person here, if you look at this daily mission now, don't click on it, but can you open up your duty officer window?
Yep.
Okay. So open that up and then go to R&D.
Yep.
Now, can you tell me, have you been doing any of your R&D?
Yeah, I've gotten a few of them up to level 3. I'm trying to get
hold on. Okay, hold on. What are you doing to get them to level?
The research one.
Right at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that they're 12 hours long, right? Or 20 hours long. Yeah, 20 hours long.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this assignment that you can do here with this guy is going to take you 10 seconds. And it's going to give you the same amount of and or more points towards of extra XP once a day.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to have your slots open for it. And then you want to be able to do it because it only takes 10 seconds. But it needs R&D materials. But the cool thing about it is when you do it, you also get 1,200 dilithium ore from it. You get 15,000 EC for it. And then you get some other R&D materials. So you're just going to collect all of that stuff. as you're just researching and getting your R&D schools, the minimum that people say in game, you don't want to craft anything in game until you're at least level 15. Okay. And right now, I've been doing this, and I've been doing this clearly almost for, let's say I really started in February of this year, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at level 20, and 1 at 18, and the last 2 are at 15. But I'm just working, and you can do 3 of the same research for 1 area, right? You don't have to do 1 research at a time. You can do up to 3 of 1 of engineering, for instance, or you can do 3 of those research of beams, and you can just work on the 1 school and just kind of load it up.
Yeah.
So what I did was you want to get them to the point where you have all 6 slots. So right now I only run 2 of my R&Ds. I'm running projectiles, and then I'm 3 of those, and then I run 3 of my kits and modules. And I do that every day until I'm getting them to 20, from 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It takes a long, long time. So this little thing that gives you that 10-second gives you a little bit of a buff. That's almost an extra 9,000 research points that you're applying to each of your schools every day. If you crit on, no, it doesn't need to be. It needs to be tier 2, and I think before I left Phoenix, by the way, Bracken, I started Phoenix with wolves. So I was here when I was at Phoenix when we were just building it from scratch, just like I'm doing with Legion right now, Christopher. The boys know how to capitalize on a good thing. They know I can run a fleet. But no, this opens at tier 2. In fact, I have it slotted for Legion. It's up next, this particular one for Legion. So Sandra's going to be happy. So over here is another duty officer assignment. Now, I want to just walk you through this one as an example. Do not accept it, but just I want you to look at its. Do you have it in front of you?
You mean the duty roster or the assignment?
No. Did you click on it? Okay, click on the interact and bring it up and get to the page where it says begin process, but don't begin it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what duty officers are being assigned to it? Just give me the first one, the top one.
Projectile weapons officer?
A projectile weapons officer. Now, yeah, no, hold on. Now, number 1, do you see any green?
Yeah. 2.
Okay. Do you see any red?
Nope.
Okay. So now you see the picture of the person right at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And next to that picture is their name and then what they are. And then underneath that are their 4 or 5 skills, right? Those are all of their traits. Then under that, do you see critical success and disaster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the number 1 thing that this assignment requires? What's the critical thing that this assignment requires?
Perfectionist.
For all perfectionists. Okay. Now you buy them here. You buy all 4 of your duty officers to run this assignment right here. So this takes 16 hours or 18 hours to do this assignment. Okay. Now what happens with it is it puts a bonus pool point into your bonus R&D school. So if you crit on it, you can get 3,000 points. So when you're working on your R&D school, and you don't crit on something as you're trying to level your R&D school up, or you're crafting something and you want it to crit, it then, if you don't crit doing that particular R&D school thing, it will look for, oh, they've got, you know, all this bonus pool stuff. Oh, okay, I'm going to apply 1,000 points to this, and I'll make it crit. So that's what you want to do. But you buy the guy over here. Follow me. You buy 4 of these guys. So over here in this room, you just go to this console, and this is where you get your duty officer stores. And you see the green ones. If you got 4 of those green ones, so that's 1,500. That's 30,000. 30,000. Do you have 30,000 fleet credits?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you need to get. You can't buy them between fleets unless your fleet is the same level. So when you go back to FINA, you may only be offered the middle ones, which are the rare ones. But the green ones, like I'm using the green ones on my tune that's in Legion, because that's all that they have available to them right now, and I'll use them for the time being. But every one of the Krenums, all of these duty officers, no matter which ones you get, they are all, that's the #1 trait for the Krenums, is perfectionist. They are all that. You will not get any one of these guys who will be anything red in for that duty officer assignment. So whatever you buy from here, you're going to use them, and you'll use them a lot. It's going to be a worthwhile investment for your gameplay. Okay, so keep that in mind. Over here is where there is the bridge officers. Now this is where you get your bridge officers that are the Krenums, and they are the guys, if you right click on them, they will give you these passive traits, like a plus 20% recharge speed for all non-weapon abilities. Okay, these temporal tactics, a 10% recharge speed for all tactical bridge officer abilities, which can stack 3 times. Okay, so these are specific careers. You can engineering, or you can slot them into your bridge. So these are just examples of ones that you can buy. Now you only get the Krenum bridge officers from the research lab. Now the Romulan ones are at the fleet embassy. Now, so basically, so here is where you can buy some kit modules, and then here's the tailor. So you can buy the Krenum research outfit there, or you can switch up your tailor. Over here is the secondary deflector store. So if you ever buy a science vessels are the only ones that have a secondary deflector. So you can come here and you can buy a secondary deflector for your science vessel. So follow me back over this way. So I didn't show you a couple of consoles over here in the other room. But what you want to do is, as you invest in the game and get your fleet credits, get your fleet marks, blah, 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 then come and you can buy some of this stuff. So here's another kit frame store, and then over here is the science console store. And I keep on wanting to look at these, see what they are. Oh yeah, okay. So all of these are for if you have a science ship, or you're going to run science abilities. This is the console that you want to go to. You want to get this stuff for your science tune. This is my science tune. So if I put a science ship on him and he's a science guy, these consoles are the ones that I want to get. So, okay, so we're going to click on traffic controller, and we're going to go back to the fleet starbase, because that's pretty much it for here at the research lab. But can you see what people mean by being part of a fleet helps out your game?
Yeah.
That's one. This is one example. The next place I'm going to give you take you to the three place. Well, they're all the holdings are important, but I'm trying to give you a fundamental bounce start so that I can direct your brain so that you know in the game is exactly. So we're going to dock here again, and as soon as we dock, we will just stay on the transporter, and we will talk to the transporter operator, and then transwarp to other fleet holdings, and we'll go to the dilithium mine. I know that you were there today, but possibly didn't know what I'm going to show you.
I almost certainly didn't. All I did here was go and mine dilithium.
Okay, hold on.
Because people have told me get dilithium.
Yeah, that's always good. Okay, traffic controller and beam to surface. Okay. So the number one thing that I want to show you so that I'll show you other things later is this is the number one guy you want to talk to. Number one, because you're limited to only being able to refine 8,000 dilithium ore a day, this guy allows you to refine an extra 500 a day. So that's almost an extra day's worth. If you do this once a day, 7 days a week, you get 7,500. So it's like having an extra day of refining your dilithium. And to a lot of people, that is very helpful. The other two duty officer assignments, I can tell you this much. I do all three of these every day. And I basically, just go down to mine. I basically crit on both because I have all of my duty officers that I have in place for these two assignments. They're all purples, and I've finited them to get them as best to match all the traits up as possible. Now the miners, so the valuable minerals, I can get up to, and I do when I crit on it. You get dilithium. What are those things called in the provisions? Dilithium provisions, which cost you 600 to 750 fleet credits for one. You get them if you crit on doing these duty officers assignments. And the same deal goes for the research lab. If you crit on those assignments, they will give you research lab provision. Okay. But I crit on both, and I'll make about 1,000 to 1,200 dilithium a day, and then I'll get about 180,000 EC. Okay. Now this is where you buy your duty officers from, your miners. So these are the ones that you want. And again, okay, now number one, forget about the Iridians. Okay, the Iridians are useless. I don't even know why they offer them here at all, because if you notice, every one of the Iridians are unruly. They're unruly, and that's one of the negative traits that will make you fail a duty officer assignment for these guys that do. So the Ferengi miners, you always want the second one in each of the categories. So Tung for the green ones, Aijin for the rare ones, or Brennick for the purple. Because those ones are stubborn, teamwork, and unscrupulous. You get 3 out of the 4 traits. No, I think they're just 3 traits in that. Sorry, let me just. Yeah, there's only 3 in critical, and if you have them, I'm just looking at mine. Sorry. Yeah, stubborn, teamwork, and unscrupulous, and I have 3 Brennick. Oh yeah, they do have. Yeah, they do have cunning. Right. So you get those, and then the Hortas, the same deal. But in this case, you always want the first ones. So the Dahan Tetsu, or the Delai Naran, or the Tetsu Nelik.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry. Just
Whoa.
turned them down a bit. That is very loud.
Did you get a subscriber or something? Whoever's doing that?
Okay. So right there, yeah. So right there, you can create more dilithium for yourself. You can create more EC for yourself, and these three duty officer assignments can be done once a day.
Okay.
So the 2 assignments will be for, again, 18 hours. So basically what I do whenever I come into game, the first places I hit is the research lab. Then I go to the starbase. I hand in my reports for my marks. I come here. I do these 3 things. Then I go and do whatever else in game, because all of those things. Oh, and I queue up all of my R&D. So everything's running, and they're all on 20 hours, right? So they're running as I'm doing the game. I'll never forget it, because if I forget it, I won't start it for another day, because I don't like, if I get back into the game, I just want it boom, done, and out of my thoughts. So if you get into that habit that every time you get into game, just clean up your duty officers and run this stuff, and you run it for the 20 hours, and you don't have to worry about it. It's done. And all of that work, because all of this is just time. It's basically time. And you can collect some resources, and you can collect some experience points. Nice guitar. But though these 5 duty officer assignments that I've shown you are number 1 that you should be aware of.
So they're the which ones from the research lab was it again?
The two in that one room. The one for the temporal manipulation, and then the other R&D one that's only 10 seconds.
Okay,
And then
cool.
these 3. And then you know that how you collect your missions to do your mining and stuff like that, which you can do again in once a day. So this is where you get warp cores. So you can buy some warp cores from this guy. And then over here, oh, by the way, the bank is here. So so if you ever need the bank, you get access here, and then you have the mail over here. And then you have your tailor, and then you have your exchange right here. So, I mean, it's self-sufficient. This is the guy, this Ferengi guy, gives you all of your engineering consoles. And these ones are the ones that you want to buy for turn rate. They're RCS accelerators. So those ones are really important, especially if you get like a command cruiser or a cruiser, like an engineering ship. It's slow, it's clunky. Well, you buy 4 of those damn RCS things, and suddenly you can fly it a little bit less bricky, so to speak. Yeah. So I mean, but you see, like, all of these holdings offer all sorts of different things. So next stop, we'll go to the. We'll go to the spire.
Okay. So I've got a common Mark 12 accelerator thing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like 32%. So you say that that's a good thing to upgrade. Would you say that's worth upgrading now, or should I rather get other stuff first?
No. You want to get a fleet item. Something that you get, if you've got it, like, especially something that's a Mark 10, white, common, no.
No, it's Mark 12.
Even worse, because for it to crit or for it to modify, we're going to dock here. For it to crit or to modify, it's going to be harder. And that's the whole crafting system. You have to really think about that stuff. Especially, like, you want to pull things like you want to do a beam at Mark II. And if it doesn't crit and modify by Mark 6, then probably it's going to take way too much resources to make it do that. So it's something that you don't want to be tampering with, upgrading stuff until, especially, you get to know the game a little bit more. Over here's the tailor. And then here's where you get your VOF duty officer. So all of these ones are free thinkers. That's their trait, their number one trait. All of the VOFs, and they're biologists, research lab assistants, and development lab assistants. They're all very sciencey. Okay. In the center again, you get your mail.
Bank exchange mail. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I like this little jobby over here because you can see we're in the Dyson sphere right now. So you can go out and see. It's kind of cool, eh?
Yeah. I did the first of the Dyson Sphere missions.
Yeah, well,
so
this is in the Dyson sphere, and there are two others like it. There's Delta Joint Command, and then there's the Beta Quadrant Joint Command. Now, this guy is the number one guy for tactical consoles in game. You will need him. Anything that you're running on your ship, whether it be a torpedo or a weapons type like a disruptor or a Tetrion, you can buy a console that will enhance its powers from this guy. Okay, so this guy, you really need to remember where he is. And again, you get the select your ship and your requisition a ship, and your there are more ground equipment here. And again, what like, you're not going to have enough time to go through all these stores, and it's a lot. And then again, you can even switch. You can switch the ships here. See the hologram?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Okay, so traffic control, and I think we can go to the embassy directly from here. Not mistaken, we can. So we'll go to the embassy. Now at the embassy, we're able. Oh, okay, yeah, we come into the to the lobby level. Now here's a. Yeah, he's right here. He's right here. Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, he was loaded for me. Okay, hold on, Bracken. Okay, you can utilize the whole transwarp system of the fleet transwarp system. For instance, if you're, somewhere in the Beta Quadrant, you're close enough to the starbase, you want to make it to the Delta Quadrant or something like that. Let's say you have a huge cooldown on your transwarp. Well, go to the starbase, fly here to the embassy, come to this transporter, and you can beam to your ship here, and you'll be in Romulan space, in the Romulan system space. Then you can leave this system right here and go to the Dyson sphere, which is close. So you can utilize the transwarp system, and I'll show you another way at the end. So right now, here's the second officer of the watch at the embassy, and she will give you yet again another one, a 24-hour cooldown. She will give you a assignment to do, which will take 1 to 5 minutes. It could be doing something in space around the embassy, in sector space or in system space here, or it could be something, finding a data chip somewhere around here. The mail, bank, and exchange are all along the edge of this room. So over here is it. You'll remember this place from a mission. Once you do a mission, there's a huge mission that happens. And again, you have the bartender that you can do, and there'll be specific assignments. Remind yourself you're at the embassy. Then I'm going to take you upstairs. You can go up here. And there's really nothing up here, but I'd like to show it just because of the immensity of the game and the fact that they put all this work into it. So it's kind of cool to to see. Even if you look over at, onto the lobby part. But none of these, like maybe for future expansions, or maybe they just stopped it. But anyway, thought I'd show it to you. Yeah. 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 Did you follow me down here? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're on the opposite side here. We came through. Sorry. This way. Okay. We over here. Okay. So you can also go directly on into the staging area. So New Romulus is the planet. So you can go to the staging area here. Okay? Just so you know. So from here we'll go to ops. We're gonna go up here to ops. There's virtually nothing down in the center, so don't worry about it.
Other than the fact that it looks sweet.
Yeah, it does look kind of sweet. And here are all sorts of things this is where you buy your Romulan bridge office. Okay, and the one that you want to get is the Romulan tactical, but a rare, not the very rare, because the specs on the rare are higher. You get a higher critical severity with him. Actually, I've got him on this tune. On second. Name it. Hello, J-Rum. Okay, so if you go into his traits, he has what's called a superior Romulan operative. And that's what you kind of want to focus in on your bridge officers. The more valuable bridge officers are the ones that have a space trait. Okay? Most bridge officers have all ground trait. The ones that have space traits, if you place your bridge officer on your bridge, so they have to be active and slotted on that ship for these perks to be applied. So in this case, the superior he has superior Romulan operative, and he gives you a plus 2% critical chance and a plus 5% critical severity. And then he also gives you a plus 15% power recharge speed for cloaking. But that's just him. But it's the crit severity and the crit chance that you want. That increases your damage output, makes you a stronger player, both in PvEs and PvPs. Then over here, the same deal, same thing that you saw at the Starbase. It's the Federation recruiter and duty officers. And
This
only
isn't
one
an option for me to do anything with.
Yeah, because Chris is probably in it. Only one person can. It's a glitch in the game where only one person can get into it.
No, it's all good. Sorry.
Okay, and then the tailors here. No operational assets. So you can buy some things that you can call in from here. Like you could buy the Romulan whatever Sectera ships, and they'll have you'll have it for an hour, and they'll come in or you'll have 10 shots of them, and they'll come in and fight for you for 60 seconds, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a lot of it. I find it's too expensive for the deal. And then here's your tailor. Not that you really need the tailor here, but I suppose they wanted to do it. So that's it for here. We're going to go down to the shuttle bay. And here in the shuttle bay, I'm going to take you to this console because it's the number one for me that's most useful right now. If you go into the store, in here you have the consumables, the commodities, but there's a third category where you can buy your extra duty officer slots. So you're given 20, but once you start finishing your duty officer assignments and really maxing out on that and maximizing it, you can open up 3 more slots that you can do daily. And to me, it's invaluable because you can make DIL or EC or whatnot with it. So that one is an important console to remember. Then we have the ground equipment here. This particular, the space equipment here, all of these were sort of nicked in game in this console. And that's something that probably Wolves or DM or LA could explain to you a lot better. But basically, they act all of the usage out of those when they did a revamp of the. They did a balance at the beginning of this summer, last summer, of all the weapons, and basically they act all of this at this console. So if we go over here, you can take the shuttle back to the Spire, but we're going to go to the Fleet Starbase again because we have to hop to get to the next. It used to be my final stop, but now it's the second last stop. So once we get here, then we talk to the operator, other fleet holdings, and we're going to go to K13. Okay.
So, for the duty officer things, I have usually got 21 slots, but sometimes you can have upwards of 24. Do you know why that changes?
Something. It's sometimes a glitching game. Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to have a free spot. Okay, so we're going to dock here. Now, this is the second latest addition to all of the fleet holdings. This was added about 2 years ago in the game. And this was to introduce all the original series gear. So from Star Trek, with James Kirk in it. So you got the actual phasers, the Andorian stuff. So here's your last officer of the watch, and again, he will give you, that duty officer assignment. So you have the three of them: the one at the embassy, the one at the starbase, and this one. And you can collect 60 fleet marks by doing each of them, like 20 each, but 60 in total. And here is the. Yeah. So, and here's where you get your bank and your. Why isn't the interact showing up for me? Oh, it is. Just being funny about it. Oh, I see. Okay. But you get the bank mail and exchange there. And then over here is your docking master. So, again, that's where you can switch your ship. Right? There's nothing upstairs, so don't worry about that. This is where you can again buy, like you're at the shipyard. You can buy ships here. Now, always keep in mind that everything that happens here is all based on the 23rd century.
Yeah.
So, over here.
Oops.
So over here, come in here, and this is where. Okay, so here's the personnel officer. Now, you might want to apply. You can get training. Okay. You don't know about this, but if you look in personnel, sorry, let me just go back. If you look in K13 personnel officer, right? And you go into the store, right at the very bottom is training manuals. Okay. Now, can you quickly open up your character status screen?
Yep.
Okay. Now click on your very first duty officer, or your bridge officer, rather.
Yep.
Okay. What is he? Is he a tactical, or is he?
She's tactical. Yeah.
She's tactical. Okay. So I'll go into. So then go into skills for her. So you've selected her. Now you're in her skills. Okay. Do you see? Now you see your default space abilities and your default ground ability.
Yeah.
Do you see the things right down there? If you click on the first box for default space abilities, the very one on the left, your ensign position,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see at the top right hand, the beams fire at will, 23C.
Yep.
That means 23rd century. So if
Okay.
you look in this store, you can look for the training manuals for the fire at will 23C. And I found it. It costs 2,500 fleet credits and 850 refined dilithium. So if you bought that training manual, you could train that officer in that skill. And then you can select that skill, and that will be their working skill. So that's how you train your bridge officer.
Yep.
Do you get me?
Okay. Yep.
Did you know that before or no?
I recognized that you have to do it for like one of the introductory missions, but I didn't really understand it at the time. So,
Well, is this explaining it to you a little bit easier?
yeah. Although, what's the difference between having fire at will for 23rd century versus regular? Is it?
Sometimes, I mean, you have to read a little bit. It could be a higher buff on it, or a different buff on it, or it could just be concerning positioning. Because of the way that different ships are. One of the players said, "Well, why do I want to train 2 bridge officers in beams fire at will 1, 2, and 3 when I only need it once?" And I said, "Well, what happens, Rhett, when you change a ship? And that ship configuration only has a tactical officer. You bought that fire at will 3 that goes into the lieutenant commander position, but that ship has a tactical console or station, and it only has a lieutenant station on it. How are you going to, and you use fire at will 3. So you train that person in all of those things, and if you want, train another bridge officer. So it could depend on positioning on ships, or positioning in the consoles, or it could mean a buff. I mean, Subspace Vortex 3.
Please mute your mic, sir. It was funny the first time.
I was going to mute. So it could depend on your how your bridge officers work, or what I was going to say is a Subspace Vortex 3 is much stronger than a Subspace Vortex 1.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's the difference between beams fire at will 1 versus beams fire at will 1 23rd century?
Yeah, the same thing. Like, what I'm saying is it could be stronger, or it could be positioned. I'm not. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah.
Let's just say that they're modified versions of the original.
Yeah. And then you have actually, here's your retrofit. Did you see your retrofit store here? So this is where you can buy your original series, all the Federation phaser beams. So this is all that stuff that you want there. So, you want, things like damage times 3. Like here, a crit D damage times 3. That's, but again, and then, you can get your disruptor beams, disruptor cannons, whatever. So, and the same deal goes for your ground weapons. All that will be the original series stuff. So back this way. I turned right. Got to go all the way around. And then in here, we have the biologist. Okay. Now this guy, he's interesting because he offers you trait enhancements. So you can buy all these traits, and then you can apply them to your character. So if you get let's say the superior pistol training, and you put that on your character, it's going to give you a huge buff to your damage output on ground.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so again, here's another place where then the Xeno equipment vendor, these are kit modules and consoles that you can buy that are just, for here. I don't hear many people talk about these things, but again, it's for you to explore. So we'll go back into the main area. Oh, we just beam to ship, and I think what will happen is I hope we get to go out into sector space from here, because we can all just fly basically. To give me a second. I'll just be a second, okay?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
All good.
Okay. Yeah, if we, you know what, we're gonna have to dock again, because if we return to sector space, it's going to take us all the way back. It's another glitch within the game. And here we're going to shuttle to Fleet Starbase. The interact is right here. So we have to shuttle to Fleet Starbase. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. I'm very appreciative of all of this, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. No worries. I mean, like just a quick overview of what's out there, what's there, what can help you. It's just going to help you out. It's going to make you want to stay in game, and I'm all for it. Wow, this is taking a long to load. So you started out with the temporal agent then, 23rd century?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I started off with normal, just regular Federation.
Okay. Okay, so talk to transporter operator, and the last place we're going to go is to the colony world. Now, this is the last one that has been added as far as the fleet holdings. So I'm not even sure about all the gear that's going to be offered in the future. So here we have to fly a little bit toward the planet. And then an interact will say, a beam down to colony.
Okay.
So soon, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a shuttle. We haven't unlocked it on the colony yet, but if you come here, he won't let you go past. He's just blocking there. So I think that there's going to be something like a shuttle. And then if you look over there in the corner, there's a console that I think something will be happening there. So here's the security officer, and he will, yeah, but you can just beam to your ship, and if you look down at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, hail security officer. So here is the quartermaster. Okay, now this person you can come to once every hour. Okay, and you can do 3 little mini games. One is collecting batteries, one is collecting luxuries, and the third is collecting ore. Just like when you're collecting ore, like the dilithium, it's that mini game. And you might have done the other mini games in other missions, but you collect up to 250 resources of each of those resources, and then you can donate those resources to the fleet, and then you will get fleet credits for doing it. So you can make your own fleet credits. And the colony, this is a different thing about this, is one big difference is the way that we have to build this fleet holding is actually to have members who actually physically come onto this holding, and they are physically making this stuff. So we just got the mail and the bank right here, which is now accessible here. So when you come here, you can, deal with that stuff like normal in game. But if you come up here, you can buy some things from ground or space requisitions. And I'll talk to you a little bit about something in a second. But in the ground reputation, a lot of people have been buying one of the guns for the colony simulations. If you run a colony simulation with a group, it takes 20 people to do it. And you basically have four shield generators that you have to protect from 30 waves of enemies. And at the end of 30 waves, you can get 2,100 resources of each of the categories, each in luxury, battery, and ore. And you can either donate all of those resources to the fleet, or if you're kind of nifty, you can go to one vendor that exists in the Dyson sphere that has the highest return rate for EC, and you can sell all of those. If you do one colony simulation and you sell all 6,300 of your resources, you'll get 2.5 million EC for about 45 minutes of happy, like fun gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And you also get 250 fleet marks from doing the simulation. But come over here, and don't forget, this is still under construction, so there's lots more to happen. So here's the medical officer and the repair officer.
Mm-hmm.
And then over here is the exchange. So you can come here and you can deal with your whatever if you want to buy something from the exchange. And then all over, and this is to explore, all over the holding. Like here's the tactical officer here. The science officer is downstairs. I think, there's a couple, like there's one or two upstairs. So all of those, all of those things can be, just if you explore, like down here, if you come down here, there's a person. You see that person on the opposite side? Oh, you can't really see. You see over here. Come over here. See that person on the opposite side by the door? That's another duty officer, contact that you can go to. But come over here, and I'll show you. This is what is called shield generator number 3. So there are 4 shield generators for the simulation. So there would be 5 players here defending this object right here. And the tactical are needed, the engineers are needed, and the science are needed. So you have to work as a team. So basically the engineers are there to heal this thing, the tactical are to defend, and the science are to defend and to heal. So if you follow me this way, and plus here, you're able to use from the winter event. You can, you'll get one next year. You can use your board in here, but follow me over here and I'll take you to the mining facility. You know, I took a day, Christopher, going all over the rocks and everything like that, seeing if there were any accolades to be had on every arch to see if I could climb them and everything like that. No, there's nothing here.
You need one that cat races to just climb everything.
Okay. So this is shield generator number 4. Okay, the other one that we were at was shield generator number 3. Then on the opposite side of the colony is shield generator 1 and 2, just so you know. So here is the latest project, and this is the mining project. So now the colony is actually making its own ore and collecting it on a daily basis. So it puts it into our thing. But you can come here and you can physically do your mining thing right here. So you can obtain the mission. I'm not suggesting that you do it right now, but I'm just showing you where it is so that you can do that, so you can figure out if you want to either get resources to put into the fleet in order to get fleet credits, which, I mean, it's an easy way for you to work on in game, and you can buy those duty officers that I was showing you to buy at the research lab or at the Dill mine, right?
I did it just to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, over there is another building, and that is not a greenhouse. What did they call it? Hydroponics building. But follow me this way.
Can I say something?
Sure.
That's it. You can go ahead and try to donate dilithium, but you may want to leave it to like other people because you'll desperately need that dilithium later on.
I was always told, and I've always told new players, do not donate your dilithium. That comes with time, and that comes when after you can afford it, and it's not a prerequisite. And I think that's one of the strengths of our fleets and our armada is that we never have said you need to donate that. Keep it for yourself. We want you to play the game. There are many other ways to donate them. We will we can figure out those things. So here's the beach area, and you can come here and you can collect luxury items. So you can do the luxury missions, and it's another mini game that you can do. And across there, you see those things that I'm standing in the far distance? Those windmills?
Yep.
Well, that's the battery collection area. Okay, so that's the third place. That's where you can go and collect batteries. And then you can, okay, if you open up your fleet window again, please.
Yep.
Okay, if you go into holdings, and if you go into colony world.
Yep.
Okay. Do you see on the right where it says status, contribute provisions, leaderboard, and coffer?
Yep.
Okay. I try to educate my fleet members I ask them to donate into the coffers. You still get the same amount of fleet credits for what you donate in there. But if like for instance right now in the projects, which are the little squares at the bottom, you can anyone from the fleet or the armada can donate to those. So I like to have those open for other members in other fleets to donate to, and then that way with us fleet grand marshals, we can run those projects when we know that they should run, especially if everything's built except the provision. Then we can just run them and we can take from the coffers. So if every member donates to the coffers, and this particular holding, that's the only time, this is the only place where you can do something like that. All the other holdings, you can only donate to the actual projects involved. You know what? I haven't looked at TK's holdings in such a long time because I never have anything to do with it. Ooh, common duty officers. Yeah, let's get rid of them. But are you still in your fleet window?
Yep.
Okay, go into Armada.
Yep.
And you see if when you opened it, is Temporal Knights highlighted?
Yep.
Okay. Now in Temporal Knights, if you see overview, next to it is roster. Now you see on roster, you see Christopher Bohse, Pavlaki, Fox, and Karanos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see their location. We're all on Draenor. Fox is on Draenor too. That's wild. Who's Fox? Is that you, Fox?
Fox is on Drozana, according to mine.
Oh yeah, Drozana. Sorry, you're right. Drozana. Anyway, I just had to. I was reading because just the way. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, but if you go into holding, right now, go into, let's say, Legion, and you have holdings clicked. You can donate in any one of Legion's holdings. Now, the only difference is you will get anything that you donate that you usually get fleet credits for donating to your own fleet. You will still get those credits. The only difference is if you donate to another fleet, your life contributions or your fleet life contributions, your contributions amount for your fleet will not change. It will not increase when you donate to another fleet. So, for instance, if you're trying to increase your rank in your fleet, the only way that you can do that is with contributing to the fleet holdings themselves. That's how the game dynamics work. But you're more than welcome to donate to other fleets. That's not shunned upon. But you should be aware of the fact that you will not be increasing your rank in your own fleet when you donate to another fleet. But if, let's say, you're at the research lab and you need an extra, 50,000 fleet credits because you want to get that trait slot unlocked, and you have everything else, but you're 50,000 short. So you go to the Armada and I'm just going to donate. I'll donate 50,000 whatever to Star Knights. Oh, I got my 50,000 credits. In that case, who cares? I mean, it's the better for the whole of the Armada, but you can get your fleet credits when you need them, because sometimes your fleet might not have any projects running if they're not running it properly, or don't know how to stagger, or how to knowing times and not giving the availability to their players to donate in a structured manner. Then like, you can go to other fleets and see if they have something that's running. Like if I'm like we have a 7-day cooldown in one particular project happening right now, and that is holding up what projects, because we have to level it before something will be unlocked. So I have to be able to offer something else in other projects in that case. But anyway, so that's the overview of Draenor, and that is basically a full tour of the fleet holding.
Okay.
And I hope that helps out. Probably brings up a lot more questions, and you'll have more in the future, or where to go, or what to do, or what you need. And no worries, just re-ask. Christopher's online. I'm online. Rhett Rithy. There are tons of people that are in Armada chat. All you have to do is holler out, where do you get those things for weapons. How can I benefit my weapons? You'll start a chitter chat with somebody. It's not a big deal.
Sweet.
Anything? Do you have any questions?
I feel like I do, but I think I need to take some time to let that all sink in a bit.
I hear you. I hear you. No. Is there anything that I haven't covered? Yeah. Oh, cool. Cool.
Good. We don't want to explain dilithium all the time.
Okay. So I left the Phoenixes to join this. What's going to happen with that? Just to...
No. Don't leave. Just stay. Hold on. Let's see who's online. Hold on. I don't have a character in Phoenix. That's the whole deal. It's not a big deal. Let's see. Hold on.
I have a character in Phoenix if it needs help.